Hello, Citronia, and welcome to another edition of Hedgehog Headlines. My name is Victoria. Today is Monday, March 25th. It was a great day at Citronia, where today the Penn State Lehigh Valley Poison Prevention Program came to Mrs. Appleman's first grade class to teach our hedgehogs about how to stay safe in our class and in the community. School. They discussed many helpful ways we can stay healthy and keep our friends healthy as well. Let's take a look.
Mr. Yuck is mean and green. Do not touch! When you see him, stop and think. Stop and think. Stop and think. When you see him, stop and think. Do not touch! Do not smell and do not drink. Do not smell and do not drink. Do not smell and do not drink. Do not touch! Do not touch and do not eat. Do not touch and do not eat. Do not touch and do not eat. Do not touch! Last verse. Or you will be sick, sick, sick. Sick, sick, sick. Sick, sick, sick. Or you will be sick, sick, sick. Do not touch!
Thanks for coming and helping our hedgehogs. It's time for the weather. Here's the forecast for Tuesday. During the day, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 51 degrees. At night, skies will continue to be cloudy with a low of around 40 degrees. We have one birthday to announce. Happy birthday to Asher A. in Mr. Beitelman's 4th grade class, who turns a year older today. Happy birthday, Asher. Hope you have a great day. Here are some important announcements. There will be no school for students from Thursday, March 28th through Monday, April 1st, due to spring holiday. The Hedgie store will be open for kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grades on Friday, April 5th. 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders will have the chance to shop on Friday, April 12th. This just in. Mrs. Appleman's first grade had their first perfect art class of the year. Friday, meaning no stars reminders. Great job. Over to you, Gavin.
Thanks, Victoria. Here's what's cooking for Tuesday. For breakfast, the Citronia Cafe will be serving French toast sticks, a bagel with cream cheese, or the cereal meal. Breakfast also includes fruit, juice, and milk. The lunch menu choices on Tuesday are a hot dog on a roll or mac and cheese. Vegetables, fruit, and milk will also be served. Today's Sox trivia question was, what was Charles Williams' first word? The answer, Tiki. But he really meant to say kitty. Great job to everyone who answered the question correctly. And our winners are, in kindergarten, Charlie R. in Miss Roman's class, Kendra R. in Miss Roman's class, and Maya K. in Miss Barnes' class. In 1st grade, Gemma J. in Mrs. Becker's class, Alora H. in Mrs. Appleman's class, and Peyton W. in Mrs. Becker's class. In 2nd grade, Mason B. in Mrs. Gallagher's class, Oliver H. in Mrs. Torbert's class, and Luke B. in Mrs. Gallagher's class. In 3rd grade, Vincent P. in Mrs. Shemansky's class, Johnny G. in Miss Stetler's class, and Justin D. in Mrs. Ham's class. In 4th grade, Chase B. in Mrs. Roberts' class, Haley G. in Mrs. Barbieri's class, and Violet C. in Mrs. Roberts' class. And in 5th grade, Sophie H. in Mrs. Summers' class, Joshua M. in Mrs. Hant's class, and Stella S. in Mrs. Hant's class. Congratulations! And now let's choose our classroom to host Sox. Our lucky winner is Mrs. Torbert's class. Sox can't wait to come to your classroom. Brian in Mrs. Becker's class and Ben in Mrs. Braun's class have been doing an amazing job with their reading and had the opportunity to read to Dr. G. Brian read the story Tad's Bag, and Ben read the story A Tale of a Tale. They did an outstanding job. Here they are. Way to show your stars, hedgehogs. Readers make leaders. Then the students in Miss Barnes' kindergarten class had a pet show. Students brought in their pets and wrote all about them. Let's take a peek. Adorable. Great job, hedgehogs. That's the news for today. Catch us live tomorrow at 3:20 p.m. for another edition of Hedgehog Headlines. Have a magnificent Monday night.
Hedgehog habits, they are really cool. They're a big deal at Centronia School. What are they, you ask? I'll tell you what they are. And if you follow them, you'll be a star. S is for safe, so you don't hurt your friends. T is for try your best until the end. A, you're accountable for what you do. R, be respectful to your friends and teachers too. S means be sensitive to everyone you know. Reach for the stars and we'll all learn and grow. Reach for the stars and we'll all learn and grow.